Welcome to the Good Business Dufferin podcast. Thank you to our sponsor, Skorsky Web Design, and thank you to our guest today, Jason McKittrick, our representative from the Chamber Benefits Program. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks for having me, Diane. Nice to see you.
So the Dufferin Board of Trade currently has 72 member businesses participating in the Chamber's plan. What is the Chamber's plan?
So the Chamber's plan is the health and dental benefits program that's available exclusively to the members of their Chambers of Commerce and their boards of trade across the country.
Why is it important for a business to offer a benefits program to their employees?
Well, it's a big tool for attracting and just as importantly, retaining their employees to keep them competitive.
Through the Chamber's plan, what types of benefits can be offered?
So it's a wide range of products available. So it's health and dental, and within the health would be drug coverage and massage therapy and chiropractic and all the sort of things that you would expect to see, as well as dental coverage, long-term disability is available, critical illness, wide range of coverage.
Perfect. We talk about coverage. I know there's a buzz term now about an HSA. So my understanding is that means health spending account. But what is an HSA?
So a health spending account is effectively, it's a little bit like having a virtual allowance. So if you wanted to give an employee an additional tool, as opposed to just, here's your health coverage and here's your dental coverage, you can give them an additional allowance, if you will, that gives them the ability to direct additional funds in an area where they need more coverage in.
Okay. Yeah. And what sort of things can they use an HSA for?
You can use it for anything. So if, for example, if an employee had an issue with their back and they had run out of chiropractic coverage through the year, they would have the ability to direct those additional funds into their chiropractic. The benefit to it also is that it gives employee B, if they've got different needs, if they've run out of coverage on the dental side, they would have the ability to direct those funds into dental direction for them.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically you're saying that the benefits can be used however it best suits the needs of an employee at a different firm.
That's exactly it. It gives them flexibility.
Perfect. Yeah. So how is the Chamber's plan different from other benefit plans?
It is, the Chamber's plan is a non-profit benefits program. So it was created to be a value-added service to the members of their Chambers of Commerce and the boards of trade. With it being nonprofit, the mathematical factors that go into the pricing, and more importantly, the renewal pricing at the end of each year, keep the plan more stable.
Okay. And how is that more stable? Like I know years ago I used to work in an office and we had a benefits plan that came in, and year two, after we'd used them for year one, all of a sudden our premiums went up maybe 25%, and it became unattainable for the owners of that business to keep offering these benefits. How is that different with the Chamber's plan? Yeah,
pretty common situation that you just described. Certainly one that we see a lot of the time. So the difference is, with the situation that you had described, that is a for-profit insurance carrier. The general intent is to make the price as attractive as they possibly can up front in order to win the business. And then over the next year or two, they will make up their ground and get the premiums back to where they really wanted them to be in the first place. The Chamber's plan, with it being a nonprofit program, gives you more room to claim before the premiums have to be looked at for increases. So the intent of delivering the program effectively is to be able to continue to deliver the program. Lower markup is ultimately what it is, yeah.
And I would imagine that really helps a small business with budgeting because, year over year, it's going to be a fairly consistent cost for your benefits.
Yes, it is intended, and the whole point of it is to keep it much more stable so that you don't have to worry about the big bit of a roller coaster ride that can commonly happen with the benefits program. It is meant to be more stable and more predictable at renewal.
Fair enough. Predictability and stability are two great words for small businesses. Sure. That's fantastic. We know that workplace mental health is a growing concern for employees and their employers. In any given week, approximately 500,000 Canadian workers will not go to work due to mental health issues. What supports does the Chamber plan offer for mental health?
The Chamber's plan has always had a counseling service built into it through our business assistance service. So the business assistance service gives them access to get referred for counseling, whether there's a death in the family or an issue at home of some sort. It gives them access to that counseling. We've also built in a number of other services into the back end on the health and wellness side of the Chamber's plan that does address a lot of mental health and a general wellness side as well.
That's great. And along those lines, I've heard the term again, another buzzword term that you hear with benefits is EAP, Employee Assistance Program. What is that?
Yeah, so the Employee Assistance Program is effectively access to additional counseling. So what it really is it gives the employee the ability to directly contact the Employee Assistance Service and get access to 12 hours a year of counseling. So that's something that's very often used for the employee's wellness and also their dependents' wellness. So if they have a spouse or children are very often in the process of sort of reassimilating after COVID. A lot of people's children are getting reference for counseling services as well.
And if you utilize that service, does anyone else in the organization know that you've made those calls?
No, it's completely private and confidential. Yeah.
Perfect. So what size business can benefit from the Chamber's plan? Is it only for 20 plus employees, or who can benefit from it?
The Chamber's plan is designed for anywhere from a one-person solo entrepreneur group to right up to a 90-person company. It's suitable as well.
And most of our members, as I say, I just looked up this morning, we have 72 businesses that participate. What size firms would they be generally?
We've got a pretty wide spread here at the Dufferin Board of Trade. We have some larger clients and we have some small ones as well. But we have a lot. I mean, if you were to average it out, probably maybe 5 or 6 people within the groups.
Perfect. And they're using that service. They're saving money on their premiums, and they're able to offer something to their employees, right? Yeah.
They are both saving money up front and they're saving money each year on their renewal as well. And they're saving money on renewal each year. The biggest piece of that is that it gives them the ability to budget. It makes it a predictable expense that if they know it's going to go up within a few percentage points of of what they're currently paying, it makes it a lot more predictable and easy to figure out what your costs are going to be going forward.
I think you mentioned a little bit earlier, but through the Chamber's plan, I know that employers or the business owner can access a business assistance service, and that has different things available as a resource for a business owner. What are those things?
So the business assistance service is effectively meant to be a sort of a human resources toolbox, if you will, for the business owner or for the plan administrator. What it gives them access to is accounting advice, gives them access to legal advice, and it also gives them access to human resources coaching as well. So the accounting advice is obvious. It's handy to have if you're doing your year-end books. Legal advice, if you have a client do a slip and fall on your property, or instead of running the tab with your own lawyer at a great expense, you'd have access to get advice through this legal department. And the biggest piece of going, as of recently, the human resources is probably the most commonly utilized piece of the business assistance service, and that if you're doing hiring and particularly any firing, you'd want to have access to that human resources coaching before you do anything and put yourself at risk.
And that's available sort of at no extra cost. It's just part of the benefits program?
Absolutely. Yeah. Business assistance services built into the base pricing of the Chamber's plan.
Well, that's fantastic. That sounds like an excellent resource. Another resource that I've read a little bit about, and this touches on the fact that many local people here, local consumers, are struggling to find a local healthcare provider. I know a lot of people travel all the way to Brampton or downtown Toronto, or just don't have a doctor or nurse practitioner. And sometimes the walk-in clinics here, the wait time can be just outrageous. So I've read that members of the Chamber plan have access to a telemedicine service.
Yeah, they've got access to Teledoc.
Okay.
And so Teledoc is exactly that. It's telemedicine. So you have the ability to have a medical appointment with a doctor via FaceTime or video conference, and it is a real doctor's appointment in that they would have the ability to issue prescriptions during that call as well if need be.
Okay, so it's similar. I know there's some other ones. Some of them are pay for service, but this is sort of included with the plan again.
This is all built right into the base pricing of your Chamber's plan.
That's great. So if a company is looking to get benefits, do they need to wait till their current plan comes up for renewal, or can they, is there an anniversary date that they can contact you on?
They don't have to wait for the anniversary date or renewal at all. Any program is you released on 30 days notice from any one of them.
Okay.
So there is no need to if you're not stuck in a pricing structure for a full year, you'd have the ability to contact us and get a quote at any time.
Well, that's interesting. Good to know.
Yeah.
Is there anything else about the Chamber's plan or about health insurance that we should let everyone know about?
Yes, I think there really is the differentiator here is the non-for-profit model of
Yep.
the pricing. It really is designed to be cheaper up front and then be cheaper going forward on renewal, much more predictable. So more affordable all the way along.
That's perfect. So how do people go about finding the cost of the service or seeing if it's the right benefits program for them?
They can simply contact me at any time, and I would be happy to have a consultation with them and then go through the quote process with them as well.
Oh, that's perfect. On our website, dufferinbot.ca, there's a link right on our homepage to the Chamber's plan, and we also have a whole tab on savings, and there's a link right there to the Chamber's plan. So is that the best way for people? Click that link, and then your email and phone and information is there.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly reach out to me by email at any time. Ultimately, a quick phone call is probably the most effective way to get a real understanding of what your situation is currently, and would give me the ability to go from there.
Perfect. And just to confirm, this plan is for any business, a small business, or you have to be a Board of Trade member?
It's only available to Board of Trade members or Chamber of Commerce members across the country. You do not have to be a member to get a quote. But before putting the plan in place, you do have to have a valid membership.
And a number of our members actually pay their membership. You have a program where you can collect membership dues every month with the premiums?
Yeah, to make it more convenient, as opposed to having to pay individually for the membership, we do give them the ability to add the cost of the annual membership onto their monthly premium and pay it out in a much easier way.
So you're talking about another maybe $17 a month or less, depending on the size of the firm, just paying every month with the premium.
That's right.
Yeah, oh, that's perfect. All right, well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Jason. We really appreciate it. And if anyone is looking for the Chamber Plan insurance, it's right on our website. You can connect with Jason.
Happy to help anytime. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.